All right, I want to share 4 things that will help us achieve wealth in the short term and also maintain it over life. So I was just listening to this wonderful interview with Elaine LaLanne. She is the wife of Jack LaLanne, who basically he was the very first fitness influencer. If you're not familiar with him, look him up. Buff dude. He started people exercising through TV back in the 50s, and she was his wife, Elaine. And Elaine is turning 100 next March, and she was doing this interview where she was sharing some of her wisdom. And this woman, she's 99. You would not know it. Cognitively, energetically, I'd say she is 60s. And if you didn't have a visual, I'd say even younger than that. She was just really sharp, really had a good sense of humor, and it was really present. All right, so let's talk about those 4 things. Number 1 was attitude, mindset. How are you going into anything? How are you thinking about anything? How are you reacting to what happens to you? This is all your attitude, your mindset. And she said she and Jack were just about all positivity in the house, where I don't want you to take that the wrong way. We don't want toxic or false positivity. We don't want to gaslight ourselves from feeling our feelings. But if we can always kind of look for the silver lining in something, look for the growth, the learning opportunity, that is a tremendous gift. So that's starting with your attitude, your mindset, and challenge yourself to think about that every day. Where can I look for the growth? Where can I look for the gratitude in this situation, in this day? All right. The second thing she talked about, she talked about a bunch of stuff, but the second thing that really resonated with me was she talked about resistance. And of course, when we hear about resistance, we're like, oh, what am I resistant to? What am I struggling with? What do I not want to do here? And that makes total sense. That's the common usage of resistance. But also, we talk about resistance in building muscles. The more we want to grow our muscles, the stronger we want to get, the more we have to increase the weight, aka increase the resistance. If we want to grow, if we want to get stronger, we need to experience resistance. So, going back to mindset, attitude, what a great invitation to look at our areas of resistance and look at that as an opportunity for growth. How can we move past and move with and grow stronger because of resistance in our lives? So what might that look like for you if you're feeling resistance to not snacking? Think about being in that moment, or maybe when you're in that moment where you're feeling temptation and feeling pressure, feeling a sensation that is probably not real hunger. Notice what you're feeling and imagine almost that sensation of being in a gym, if that's something you do, or a tough hike, or something that's really hard. And you can imagine someone just kind of like, screaming through, pushing through, and getting stronger because of it. Imagine yourself in that moment. How can you power through that time of temptation, an old pattern, that place where you're experiencing some resistance? Give it a try. Something else she talked about was, how does she keep up the desire to work out at 99? Like, there's a video of her doing some sit jacks, like full body, legs up, arms up, going into a V-sit at 99. And the interviewer was like, how do you keep up momentum for doing that? And she's like, again, going back to resistance and mindset, attitude. She's like, usually I wake up And I don't feel like doing it. She's like, but I just kind of tell myself to do part of it. I do part of it. And she finds herself before long, she's doing the whole thing. So she does it. She does them before even getting out of bed. So that's one trick she has. She doesn't even let her mind take hold. She doesn't let the resistance take hold of her mind. And that made me think of Mel Robbins' book, The 5-Second Rule. If you're not familiar with it, the very short version is, if you're experiencing a place of resistance, like getting out of bed, like going to a workout, like sending a hard email, making a tricky phone call, having a conversation that's tough, you basically count down like a rocket ship. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and do the thing. Just do it. Like, don't even give your mind the chance to have options. You just do it. So I love that one as well. Okay, and one more thing she talked about that I thought was really powerful and potent was being your own best friend and really loving yourself and cultivating a relationship with yourself. And what that can mean is loving yourself despite your flaws. It can mean day by day becoming a better friend to yourself, becoming a better human, better citizen to the world, so that you find yourself more lovable, more likable. I just really love that. And all those 4 things. So mindset, attitude, resistance, just doing the thing, and then becoming your own best friend. I feel like that's how we get to be a thriving, spunky, sparkly 99-year-old. Hope that helps you today. Okay, we had 3 more nuggets of wisdom from our 99-year-old friend, Elaine LaLanne, the first lady of fitness who helped start the fitness industry with her husband, Jack LaLanne, back in the 50s. Number 1, I guess it's number 5, was to always keep working. Like, even if you retire, always be learning, always be engaged in something. Keep your mind sharp, curious, active, stretching. Always be learning, always be working, even if you retire. Okay, another thing she said, 8 minutes a day gets you on your way. So many of us get tripped up in taking positive action, especially when it comes to like exercise, thinking, oh, I need to go to the gym, I need to lift weights, I need to do it for an hour, multiple times a week. No, you don't. 8 minutes a day, find a video on YouTube, get a book from the library, just start doing some push-ups against your wall or your kitchen counter, do some tricep dips, find out, like we talked before, where can you build resistance in your body, especially your biggest muscles, like your glutes and your thighs. Finding those places, start working those. 8 minutes a day gets you on your way. And then the final key for now was to be yourself. And that is wisdom. I think we hear it, and if we just keep it at a surface level, it doesn't mean very much. But when we can really let that sink in and embrace it, so often we're looking outside, we're looking at influencers. Oh, I wish I could be more like them. Oh, I wish. And it takes you out of who you are uniquely. Honestly, it's exhausting trying to be someone else or to fit a different mold. You are designed uniquely like you. So the easiest thing in the world, the best thing in the world, the most magnificent thing in the world is to let yourself be yourself and let that uniqueness of you be brighter and louder and more clear. Honestly, one of the biggest gifts you can give. So cheering you on. Hope you loved all those as much as I did, and we'll see you in the next one.